Today's story is about rebirth. Okay? Now, during the Buddha's time, there was a monk who was an arahant. An arahant means fully enlightened, no more defilements, no more wrong views in his head. He used to go to somebody's house every day for food, and they were very nice to him. They took care of him for a long time, and they considered him like a son, and they took care of him with food and whatever he needed. And this was going on for a long time. Now that house was the house of a gem polisher. So that means he would get raw like materials, and he would polish it into nice gems and jewels. Well, one day he was taking care of the monk, and he was cutting some meat with some blood on the meat for the monk to eat, but he was going to cook it first. And he heard like someone coming in, and someone said, "Hey, this piece of ruby rock is for the king. I need you to make it into a nice ruby to make into a necklace for the king." And so since he didn't want to be rude, he went over and just grabbed it. But his hands were dirty with blood. So he grabbed the ruby and then he put it down on the table. Now, in that house, they had a pet bird, like a big bird that was one of their pets. When this bird saw that there was a piece of rock or something, but it had blood on it, he thought it was food. So the bird went over and just ate it. Now, the gem polisher had went to go wash his hands, so he didn't see it. So then when he came back, he was like, where's the ruby? What happened to the ruby? So the first person he blames is his wife. You always blame your wife first. So he went to the wife and said, "Wife, where's the ruby?" And she's like, "I don't know. I didn't do anything with it. Like, I didn't take it." He's like, "Well, if you didn't take it, there's only one person left. The monk. I'm gonna go take care of it." And she's like, No. Don't go accusing the monk of this. And he's like, "Well, who else could take it?" She's like, Don't do it. It's not worth it. The bad karma that we will get from accusing this monk is not worth it. It would be better for us to go be slaves to the king than to go hurt this monk. And he's like, "No, I don't agree. Even if we're slaves to the king, it's not worth the value of the ruby. So he'll probably kill us." And he's like, "I'm too scared of that. I don't want the pain. I'm too scared of what the penalty will be if the king finds out." And the wife was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't agree. So he went over to the monk and said, "Monk, where is the gem?" And the monk said, "I don't have it. I didn't take it." And the man says, "I don't believe you." And he went to his wife and says, "You know what? If he's not going to confess, then we have to torture him." And the wife was like, No, don't do that. That's a horrible idea. That's going to be so much bad karma for so many lives. Like, that's not a good idea. And the husband didn't listen and was so angry and scared he didn't care. So he took a rope and a stick, and he wrapped the rope around the monk's head and tied it to the stick and started twisting the stick to make it tighter and tighter and tighter. And the monk just sat there because he was thinking that, look, if I say something now, if I say the jewel is inside the stomach of the bird, what's going to happen? He's going to kill the bird. So that means the monk's words were going to cause the death of the bird. And for him, he said, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to get involved in the karma and create bad karma. It's better for him to just die. And so he sat there quietly, unwilling to create bad karma. And every time he twisted, he said, "Where's the jewel? Where's the jewel?" The monk did not say anything. But the more he twisted it, the more the monk started bleeding. And eventually the monk fell over. And when he laid on the floor, blood started coming out. And the bird, seeing the blood, came over to drink the blood. But when the bird got in the way, the gem polisher was so angry, he got up and then kicked the bird. And then the bird died. Once the bird fell down and died, the monk looked up and asked, "Is the bird dead? Please check." And so he went and checked and said, "The bird is dead." He said, "Well, if the bird's already dead, then I can safely tell you that if you open up the stomach of the bird, you will find the jewel in there." And the gem polisher was like, "What the heck is he talking about? What is he talking about?" But then he went over and opened up the bird, and inside, guess what he found? He found the gem. At first, he was so happy. He was like, "I found it. I found the gem. I'm not going to get in trouble by the king anymore. I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm so happy." But then he realized what he had done. He had injured this monk who was innocent, who hadn't done anything. And he quickly fell to the floor, put his head to the floor and begged for forgiveness. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I don't know what I did. I was mistaken. I didn't have the information. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And the monk says, it's not your fault. This is the result of our past karma. My past karma caused this. Your past karma caused this. And he says, I forgive you. I have no anger towards you. And then the gem polisher says, well, if you forgive me, then please promise to come to my house every day and I will take care of you for the rest of your life. I will take care of you in penance. I'm sorry. And the monk says, no, I don't accept coming here because the reason that this happened was because I came inside your house. Because I come here all the time and we're so accustomed to each other, I'm the one who created an opportunity for this to happen. So from now on, I swear, I will never enter the house of another householder. I will accept the food and go eat it at home. And then after that, the monk, he went back. But because he was so injured, he ended up dying from his injuries. But however, since he was an arahant, he went to Nibbana and was free. Now, the monks asked the Buddha, what happened to everyone else? And then the Buddha explained. The arahant, after he passed away, went to Nibbana. The bird, after he died, was reborn in the woman's stomach and became a baby. The man, after he died, because he did some evil actions, he went to Niraya, which means hell. So he had to experience hell. But the wife, because she was faithful, honest, and respectful to the monk, when she died, she became a deva, which was an angel. And that's why the Buddha explained that after you pass away, there are 4 possibilities for you to be reborn. 1, if you've done good, then you get to go to heaven. If you've done bad, then you have to go to hell. Another option is to be reborn into the stomach of a living being, such as a creature or a human. Or if you've done your practice and you practice the Dhamma and you've released all your attachments and wrong views, then when you pass away, you can be free and go to Nibbana. Okay? Satu.